All right, what's up, guys? In today's video, what you're gonna be watching is basically a breakdown of telling you guys why you guys should think about investing in a SCUF, as well as breaking down what actually makes a SCUF controller better than a regular controller. There's three main factors that affect a SCUF that they don't exist on a regular controller that, in my personal opinion, has actually made me significantly notice using a SCUF has made me better in Modern Warfare for sure. So we're gonna be breaking all those things down. We're gonna be unboxing a brand new controller, which you guys will watch in just a second. And as most of you guys should know, I've done plenty of giveaways in the month of December. I think I gave away 3 different SCUF controllers. So if you guys want a free SCUF, all I want you guys to do is comment down below what kind of SCUF controller you guys want to win. Like I said, if you want the 4PS, the Impact, or the Vantage, whatever details you want, to leave that down in the comment section below. Make sure you guys like the video. We get 500 likes on this video, we'll do a SCUF controller giveaway to one of you guys. You guys can see the previous winners on the screen right now. I've done so many giveaways for SCUFs, and the winners have all shown proof. We're going to be talking about what the paddles actually do, the biggest benefit of the paddles over a regular controller, the brand new digital triggers, as well as the trigger stops, what makes them better than a regular controller, the different kind of joysticks that you can have on a SCUF, which in my opinion makes a difference because I use different joysticks than you would be able to put on a regular controller, and then basically the 3 different types of SCUFs that exist: the Vantage, the Impact, and the 4PS. Basically talking about which one is the best, which one I recommend to you guys on Call of Duty, because different controllers obviously have different variables that affect all kinds of different things when it comes to your actual gameplay and helping you. So like I said, we're going to be unboxing the brand new controller I have real quick, so I'll showcase that to you guys right now. All right, so like I said, we're doing an unboxing video of the brand new SCUF that I just received, but first I want to showcase to you guys what I use, because there's a lot of different variables that you guys can put on your SCUF. They have the Impact, the Vantage, and the 4PS, as well as different paddles, 4 on the Impact and Vantage, 2 on the 4PS, and the 4PS also has 2 different styles of paddles. So I wanted to showcase that to you guys first, because obviously everything is about what's catered to you. Different kind of hand sizes, bigger hands, smaller hands. If you come from PlayStation, if you come from Xbox 360, what you like will probably personally be better for you. So what I personally use is a 4PS, 2 paddles only. You guys can see the difference in the joysticks. If you look close enough, you can see the left joystick's a little bit taller, the right joystick's a little bit smaller. Along with that, I have the grip, obviously, which feels excellent, and then I have just the regular SCUF paddles. And these are the new reactive paddles. You guys can see they're a little bit closer to the inside of the controller. For me personally, if you guys look, this is how I hold my controller completely naturally. You guys can see this is really about as 100% natural as you can get, which is why I love SCUFs, because it doesn't feel like there's any kind of forced anything to do when it comes to pressing those paddles. And then here is the reactive. For me personally, this is what I recommend personally, just being 100% honest. Better for younger people. If you guys have smaller hands, my hands aren't that big, but they're pretty big, and then I have a pretty messed up hand that I broke twice. So this doesn't feel as comfortable for me because I have to bend my fingers a little bit, which doesn't feel as natural. So this is what I use. Like I said, different joysticks, 2 different joysticks on the same controller and the regular paddles. So I'm going to go over all the variables for you guys, but first, like I said, we're going to be unboxing a brand new Vantage. And if you guys already know, I've said plenty of times, I've given away plenty of controllers. We're going to do another one in this video just to make sure you guys leave a comment and a like. You guys can see here the beautiful SCUF Modern Warfare Edition Vantage 2. It has the military grade grip, which once again is showcasing the biggest differences between the controllers. There's so many different variables. This is the original high performance grip. This is the new military grade grip, which is actually feels a lot better. I haven't got it on my 4PS yet, but you guys can see the actual Modern Warfare Vantage. I've actually never used this yet, just because I just want to let it sit in the box. It looks so beautiful. And the thing that's easiest about this controller is you can take the faceplate off with just literally a flick of the finger. You guys can see there it is. It absolutely looks incredible. The buttons feel excellent. And obviously it has the original trigger stops. The bumpers feel excellent. And the thing is, it has these side buttons here, which are the 6, I forgot what they're called, the sax paddles or something, but basically it gives you 6 extra buttons. You guys can see a 4 on the back, 2 on the side, and then the trigger stops, which helps a little bit. Like I said, you'll be watching later in the video, the 4PS has the digital triggers, which are the instant mouse clicks, but this bad boy looks incredible. Like I said, if you guys want me to do another SCUF giveaway, so that's basically it. You guys can see how beautiful this thing looks. Biggest shout out goes to SCUF for sending me this thing. It's absolutely incredible. I don't know how I can put it more into words on how beautiful this thing looks. and the faceplate, you guys, like I said, could take off pretty much instantly. I remember when this first came out, I think I was one of the first people to receive it and do a review on it. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys what I recommend most, basically breaking down why a SCUF is actually better for you and what controller you guys should pick. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Let's talk about it. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It was a little bit longer than I had anticipated, but like I said, a lot of things is showcasing to you guys the actual controllers so you guys can see them. Obviously on the website looking at it, it's a little bit different when you actually can see what's going on with your own two eyeballs, to see the different paddles, the different grips, all that kind of different stuff. So basically the first thing to talk about is what a SCUF actually does over a regular controller that instantly makes you better. And obviously the first and most important thing that you're going to find with a SCUF over a regular controller is the paddles. Specifically, what allows that to do is allow you to jump and melee, which is the normal default setup, which is X and O. Obviously, having to jump or melee is going to allow you to have to take your right thumbstick off the right joystick, slide it over to press the jump button, which is then going to allow you not to be able to aim. So allowing you to keep your thumb on the thumbstick while being able to jump and aim at the same time is going to allow you that biggest advantage over your opponent. Obviously, being able to press a button on the back to melee faster versus the time it's going to take. You're talking about maybe 2/10, 3/10 of a second, or if not less, to have to slide over off your thumbstick to press the melee button. The fact that you can literally have your fingers set already on the button and press it instantly with the paddles is, once again, basically the biggest difference between a SCUF. You guys are going to see the underlying factor is basically the timing of a controller is going to allow you better timing, which in a game where there's milliseconds that are going to affect whether you live or die, is going to give you the advantage in almost every fight over a person using a regular controller. The biggest difference on the controllers is the 4PS comes with two paddles, which Call of Duty is a pretty basic game. It's a point, shoot, jump, melee kind of game. You really only need 4 buttons. So having two paddles is literally perfect. Obviously, you take a game like Fortnite where you have to build and do all that kind of different stuff. Editing, using the impact of the advantage is definitely going to give you a better advantage over the 4PS with having 4 paddles, because you can set your edit to one of the paddles. But for Call of Duty, I've never ever used anything but a 4PS. I just love the way it feels, and giving me the ability to jump and aim at the same time is pretty much all I need. And like I said, the melee is the biggest factor. With the remapable battle, you can set it to pretty much anything you want. So instead of like having melee, you could put something like reload or something, and then obviously with that melee being switched to the O button, my prone or my crouch is on the right joystick, which in my opinion gives me an advantage. That's basically my setup. And then obviously the triggers. There is the irregular trigger stops, which allows your triggers to react a little bit faster than a regular controller, because when you press your trigger down, the amount of time it takes for the trigger to actually react is faster on the regular trigger stops. And the most recent thing they've dropped, which was the digital triggers, which is basically mouse clicks. I'll showcase a little video on the screen now while I'm talking. You guys can see the biggest difference. Obviously, you take your regular PS4 controller, it takes a lot longer to press the trigger all the way down for it to react. With the new digital triggers, which in my opinion affects Call of Duty the most, because Call of Duty is the most important of a millisecond game. If you take an M4 versus an M4 gunfight where you die in 2/10 of a second, if your gun shoots 2/10 of a second faster because you have digital triggers, that could mean you kill the guy before he can even shoot because your trigger is better. So the digital triggers allows you to basically have instant clicking, and it instantly reacts in the game, which I've 100% noticed the difference. My previous 4PS, which I've only had the one I'm using right now for about 5 months, which I used a little bit in Black Ops 4. I don't believe I ever used the 4PS with the digital triggers more than like a couple weeks in Black Ops 4. So I only used the regular trigger stops in Black Ops 4. So when Modern Warfare came out, like I said, the digital triggers is when I started using them. And I definitely noticed the biggest difference. When I see somebody, my brain takes the time to react to seeing somebody to actually pressing the trigger, and then the amount of time it takes to shoot is almost instant. There's no delay. There's no anything with the digital triggers. And then obviously they also have the digital bumpers, which the bumpers really don't have that big of effect in Modern Warfare, specifically because it's only really for field orders. You could actually bind something to the bumpers, which definitely helps a lot more in Fortnite for sure, because Fortnite, like I said, requires a lot more of the triggers. And then the joysticks is the biggest thing. For me, there's 3 different types of joysticks. You have the medium size, the long size, and the short size, which I personally prefer the short. Like I said, I have a little bit longer fingers, and I just prefer the short. And the thing that I showed you guys in the unboxing videos, I actually run a tall on my sprinting and I run a short on my aiming. I don't know really why I've done it. Is mainly because of Fortnite. Similar to Call of Duty, though, you sprint a lot, so I'd rather have the sprint to where I feel like with the taller joystick on the left, it's allowing my reaction to be a little bit faster, just for some reason. I don't know why, but the fact that you can have different size joysticks left to right, as well as having a concave or a dome on the left and right, is the biggest advantage. Like I said, everything's about personal opinion and what makes you feel more comfortable. For me, using two different size joysticks makes me feel more comfortable. If you could use two different size joysticks as well as a concave and a dome on the left and right, that'd make you feel more comfortable. That's basically the biggest benefit, in my opinion, is the customizability of a SCUF is so huge, and that's basically giving you the advantage over your opponent. And the last part of the video is basically talking about the Vantage versus the Impact versus the 4PS. This is specific to Call of Duty. The Impact and the 4PS are the only two controllers that have the ability to run a digital trigger setup. The Vantage does not have that. It has the regular trigger stops, but the Vantage does have 6 different buttons. So if you're asking my personal opinion about which controller is best for Call of Duty, like I've been stating the whole video, the 4PS is the only way to go. Call of Duty is such a simple game. The 4PS is such a simple controller. It just blends better. The biggest difference between which controller you guys will be picking is, what I think about is where your history comes from. Me, I'm an Xbox 360 player. Having my left joystick on the top of the controller and the right joystick near the bottom of the controller is a little bit more comfortable for me. But for me personally, the reason I use the 4PS is the weight. It doesn't weigh a lot. The joysticks feels the most comfortable, and the size feels the best. Well, I know a lot of Xbox players had to switch to PS4 just because PS4 had become the main console the last couple of years, with all the games having PS4 first content. So the Impact is going to be the most comfortable, the most relatable to those Xbox 360 players. So that's what I recommend. And then the Vantage is basically the brand new controller, which is, in my opinion, best for Fortnite, just because it has so many different crazy buttons on there, and Fortnite requires so many different buttons to press. The controller definitely is going to work out for you. The joysticks on it is what I think is the best. I think the Vantage has the best joysticks. The grip on them is incredible. It also has the grip on the back. So the Vantage is an excellent controller as well, but like I said, I personally prefer the 4PS just because it's a simple controller that does the simple job that Call of Duty needs. So hopefully this video helped you guys out a little bit. If you guys plan on buying a SCUF and learn anything new in this video, hopefully it did help you. If you guys did learn anything new, you guys want to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, I very much appreciate it. Like I said, we're going to be doing a giveaway in the video as well as over on Twitter. 2 different SCUFs are going to be given away this month for you guys. So if you guys want into the Twitter giveaway, go follow me on Twitter at TrapgodTO. If you guys plan on buying a controller, you guys have any questions, you need help buying yourself a SCUF, you guys can tweet me at TrapgodTO and I will help you guys out to the best of my abilities. You guys already know the best and only code to use on all your SCUF purchases is code TRAPGOD. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.